This story is about a young woman who works in a nightclub. She falls into the trap of a rich boy's love. Later, he takes advantage of her and leaves her in a helpless situation. In the end, she is forced to be with her driver just to fulfill her basic needs. Now let's begin the story. At the start of the movie, we see a girl named Amy working at a nightclub in Brooklyn. She was the best dancer in the club and most people came there just to watch her perform. She had a close friend named Sparkle. Amy and Sparkle often talked about customers and sometimes made fun of them. One day Amy's boss Jim arrived at the club. Since Amy was the most famous dancer, Jim sent her to entertain a wealthy-looking young man. The young man appeared to be rich and quite young. Amy was only interested in money because she had big dreams. She was willing to go to any extent to earn more wealth. The young man's name was Ivan. He was there just to spend his father's money. Amy approached Ivan and started a conversation. She explained her special services to him. However, Ivan was impatient and wanted to move forward quickly. He expressed his desire to go to a private room with her. Amy immediately took him there. Once inside the room, they got closer to each other. After spending some time together, they started talking. Ivan then asked Amy if she provided her services outside the club as well. Amy gave Ivan her phone number. After that, she went home where she lived with her friend. A few days later, Ivan sent Amy a message inviting her to his house. Amy got dressed nicely and went to his place. She was amazed when she saw his luxurious home. She couldn't believe how such a young man was living such a grand life. Later, Ivan took her to his room where they spent some more time together. After that, Amy asked him how he managed to live such a luxurious lifestyle at such a young age. Ivan told her that his father, Nikolai Shakarov, was a big businessman from Russia. Ivan was the son of a wealthy entrepreneur. He had come to Brooklyn just to enjoy spending his father's fortune. Hearing this, Amy became even more interested in Ivan because she also dreamed of living a lavish life. After that, Amy returned to the club and started talking to her close friend Sparkle about Ivan. She tells Sparkle that Ivan is a spoiled rich heir with enormous wealth. Upon hearing this, Ranilai, who also works at the club, is left stunned because Amy had always been skilled at pleasing wealthy individuals. The next day, Amy goes to Ivan's house again, where she entertains him in various ways. After spending some close moments together, when both of them are tired and sitting, Ivan tells Amy that he is going to host a grand New Year's party the next day, and she must attend. Amy agrees to this invitation. The next day, Amy arrives at the party with her friend Sparkle. Sparkle is amazed to see the extravagant event, as there is expensive alcohol and a lot of money being spent. After a while, Ivan meets both of them, and they enjoy drinking together, which eventually leads to everyone being completely drunk. Friends, if you are watching this video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. As New Year's Eve begins, everyone goes up to the rooftop to enjoy the fireworks. During this time, Ivan tells Amy that she should stay with him tonight. However, by now, Amy had fallen in love with Ivan's wealth, so she demands more money. Ivan immediately agrees. He then takes Amy to his room where they spend more time together. The next morning when they wake up, Amy quickly starts to leave because she needs to go to work. But Ivan tries to stop her, as he might have started developing feelings for Amy. At that moment, Ivan makes Amy an offer to become his girlfriend for a week, so they can spend time together in every possible way. Amy accepts the offer but demands $25,000. For Ivan, this amount is nothing significant, so he agrees immediately. Afterward, Amy goes back to her house, packs her belongings and gets into a car with Ivan's men heading to his mansion. Now, Amy had become Ivan's girlfriend and was living her life lavishly with his money. Slowly, she starts spending time with Ivan's friends. They were all living a life of luxury and comfort. A few days later, they all set off together for a vacation in Las Vegas. Upon reaching there, they spent an entire week in a relaxed and extravagant manner. On the final night of the week, Ivan shares an emotional moment with Amy and tells her that he has fallen in love with her. He further adds that he does not want to return to Russia and work for his father's company. If he marries an American girl, he can become a permanent resident of the United States and avoid going back to Russia. Hearing this, Amy asks Ivan whom he plans to marry. Without any hesitation, Ivan immediately replies that he wants to marry Amy. At first, Amy thinks he is joking. But when Ivan seriously expresses his intention, she realizes that he is telling the truth. So, that very night they go to a church and get married. Now, a girl who once worked in a nightclub had become the daughter-in-law of a respected family. But how long would this marriage last? That was something to be seen. After getting married, Amy permanently quit working at the club. Following this, Ivan took Amy on an extravagant shopping spree, and they started living together in Ivan's house as husband and wife. Meanwhile, news of Ivan's marriage reached his parents in Russia. His mother and father immediately called Ivan's manager, Torres, and ordered him to find out the truth. To confirm the reality, Torres sent his two men, Rhino and Shorty, to Ivan's house. On the other hand, Ivan and Amy were spending time together when Ivan's family called him. However, Ivan ignored their call. Seeing this, Amy asked, "Will your family accept our marriage?" Ivan reassured her, "Don't worry. They will understand." At that very moment, Rhino and Shorty arrived at Ivan's house and rang the doorbell. As soon as Ivan opened the door and saw them, he became furious. Rhino said, "We are only here to confirm whether you have really gotten married. If yes, just show us the marriage certificate and we will leave." Without delay, Ivan took Shorty inside and showed him the marriage certificate. Shorty quickly took a picture of it and sent it to Torres. Immediately after, Ivan pushed Shorty toward the door, forcing him out. Meanwhile, as soon as Torres saw the picture, he left his family event and rushed toward Ivan's house. He then called Shorty and ordered, "Put the phone on loudspeaker so Ivan can hear." Then he spoke to Ivan in an angry tone, "You have ruined your family's honor. Out of all the women you chose to marry a girl who worked in a nightclub? Stay right where you are. I am coming. And yes, your mother has also left Russia." Hearing this, Ivan panics and his hands and feet tremble. He quickly starts putting on his clothes and says to Amy, "We need to get out of here immediately." Amy replies, "Just wait 2 minutes. Let me change my clothes too." But without listening to her, Ivan runs away alone. Seeing this, Amy also tries to escape, but Shorty's men grab her. She struggles to free herself, but Shorty was too strong, so he easily overpowers her. When Rhino arrives, he sees that Shorty has Amy under control. He immediately tells Shorty, "Let her go." As soon as Shorty releases Amy, she tries to run away, but both Rhino and Shorty try to stop her. In the struggle, Rhino gets hurt, so he tells Shorty to tie Amy's hands. A little while later, Torres arrives. The moment he sees the situation, he gets nervous and tries to reason with Amy. He says, "Ivan is still immature. He married you in an emotional moment. That's why you have to come with me and get a divorce." But Amy refuses and says, "I love Ivan, so I will not divorce him." Hearing this, Torres says, "Ivan is a spoiled boy. I have known him since childhood. He doesn't love you. You are just a temporary amusement for him." But Amy doesn't believe him. At that moment, Torres forcefully removes Amy's wedding ring and says, "If you end this marriage, I will give you $10,000. Amy has no other choice, so she unwillingly agrees. However, she sets one condition: she wants to meet Ivan and talk to him one last time. Torres accepts her condition, and they all set out to find Ivan. For several hours they search for Ivan in different parts of the city, but they cannot find him anywhere. Eventually, they try to get information from Ivan's close friends, but even they have no idea about his whereabouts. Amy becomes extremely worried about Ivan's disappearance. Meanwhile, Shorty keeps trying to comfort Amy. Everyone searches for Ivan in all the city's nightclubs, but they face failure every time. They put all their effort into finding him, but he was nowhere to be found. On the other hand, Ivan was inside the same club where Amy used to work. He was with a girl who was jealous of Amy. In the same club, Amy's friend, Sparkle, spots Ivan. She immediately calls Amy and tells her everything. Hearing this, Amy, Torres, and his men rush to the club. When they arrive, they see that Ivan is completely drunk and spending time with Rainbow. Amy tries to talk to Ivan, but because he is heavily intoxicated, he doesn't listen to her at all. Then a heated argument breaks out between Amy and Rainbow, which soon turns into a physical fight. Seeing this, the club's bouncers forcefully throw everyone out. Everyone then forcefully puts Ivan in the car and leaves. On the way, Amy repeatedly tries to explain to Ivan, "These people want to break our marriage." But Ivan doesn't respond to Amy's words. The next morning, Ivan and Amy are taken to court to quickly annul their marriage. Ivan's lawyer requests the judge to hear their case first. However, Ivan is still drunk. When the case begins and the judge asks Amy if she wants to end the marriage, Amy remains silent. The judge talks about annulling their marriage, which creates a tense atmosphere in the courtroom. When everyone finds out that their wedding was in Las Vegas, the judge says that the marriage can be annulled where it happened. Hearing this, Torres gets extremely angry. He takes Ivan and Amy directly to Ivan's mother. Ivan's mother, already angry, immediately arrives and starts scolding Ivan. Amy repeatedly tries to talk to her to save her marriage, but Ivan's mother harshly says, "We cannot let a girl like you be part of our family. You will bring shame to us." Hearing this, Shorty feels bad because he had started to like Amy. When Ivan sobers up, he listens to his mother and gets ready to go with her to Las Vegas. Amy tries to stop Ivan and says, "These people want to end our marriage. Why are you not stopping them? You loved me." But Ivan coldly replies, "I cannot stop them. I have to listen to my parents." With that, he gets on the plane. Amy is heartbroken, but Shorty manages to comfort her and gets her on the same plane. On the plane, Ivan's parents begin to talk to him and ask him to return with them. Hearing this, Ivan angrily looks at his mother and says, "What do you want from me? What wrong have I done? I just married a girl who works in a club for fun. I didn't commit a crime." Hearing this, Amy gets very angry. She scolds Ivan harshly and says, "I'm glad I'm divorcing you. You would have ruined my life." Ivan's mother agrees with Amy because she knew that Ivan was a weak-willed boy who always ran away from his responsibilities. After that, they all arrive in Las Vegas, where they go to court and hire a lawyer. Amy signs the divorce papers, and thus her marriage to Ivan is officially over. Shorty says in front of everyone that Ivan should apologize for his bad behavior towards Amy, but Ivan's mother harshly says, "My son will not apologize to anyone." Hearing this, Amy does not stay quiet and starts scolding Ivan's mother. Watching this, Ivan's father enjoys the scene. Later, Amy is sent with Shorty to Ivan's house, where she can stay for just one night. At night, Shorty tries to talk to Amy and make friends, but Amy still talks rudely to him. She says, "If it wasn't for that agenda, you would have shown your feelings by now." Shorty clearly denies and says, "I am not that kind of person. If I wanted to do that, I could have done it already." Hearing this, Amy sarcastically says, "You don't have the guts." After saying this, she leaves and goes to sleep. The next morning, Shorty takes Amy back to her house. Before leaving, he gives her back her wedding ring. Amy quietly takes the ring and goes straight into the house because deep down, she had started to like Shorty. And with that, the story ends. If you liked the story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, see you in the next video.